The best of the morning to you. This is Monday with Friday, preparing you for a better week ahead. By the end of this week, it shall be Christmas Day. By the end of this month, the world shall have lived through almost 2 years of a pandemic that has dramatically changed things forever for most of us. Meanwhile, other problems still attend us. Global warming, resulting in cataclysmic weather incidents, have occurred in Australia, Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, and the Caribbean, all during this year. Conflicts still prevail between political parties in any country you name, between any two world powers you name, including some that possess nuclear weapons. Greed and the horribly imbalanced distribution of wealth that exists in too many places, creating a dispossessed, depressed, oppressed 99%, guarantees that the injustices that generate societal unrest, turmoil, and crime shall continue to challenge any peace we do possess. Even vaccinations and truth are the sources of deadly conflict. It seems like peace is hard to come by nearly anywhere you look. And yet, the dominant message of Christmas is peace on earth. So where does this idea of peace on earth come from at Christmas? No matter how secularized, commercialized, or generalized, or universalized Christmas might be made out to be, it isn't Christmas if it is removed from its mooring, origins, and meaning in the one called Christ, after whom Christmas, Christmas, is named. And why? Well, Jesus, born into the Hebraic Jewish tradition, was considered the expected Messiah, of whom Hebrew prophets prophesied. Micah wrote that a special person shall come out of a town called Bethlehem, and that person shall be great and shall be, quote, the one of peace, unquote. Isaiah is more explicit. He wrote, "For unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given, and his name shall be called the Prince of Peace." Centuries later, the Apostle Paul, writing to the new Christians at Ephesus, says of this Jesus, the Christ of Christmas, that, quote, "He himself is our peace, who has made the two one and has destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility," unquote. I'll unpack that in a moment. Now, you wouldn't want to take your car to a historian if your check engine light comes on, nor would you go to an economist when you develop a toothache. So in the matter of Christmas, at which time we declare peace on earth to all, shouldn't we consider the theological underpinnings of that claim? Well, on that basis then, I wish to offer you 3 thoughts about peace, 2 of which some of you might have heard me on another platform recently, so stay tuned for the 3rd. First, peace is not something we generate. It is someone to whom we gravitate. The Christmas story, whether it is the prophets who foretell it, or the angels who proclaim it, or shepherds who repeat it, or apostles who explain it, is consistently the story of peace. And Christmas proclaims that Jesus Christ is that peace personified. We can't generate peace because it really is God's gift to us. But when we gravitate towards the example of Jesus and emulate his selfless, non-violent, self-giving, service-oriented, status quo challenging, power abuser denouncing life, we become conduits of peace to others. When we say that Christmas is about peace on earth, this is what we should mean. Secondly, this partnership is not something we should underrate. It is something we should undertake. What's the use of peace if it does not produce human partnerships? And where are partnerships without peace? Jesus consistently challenged the status quo about the gap they constructed between Jews and Samaritans, Jews and Gentiles. Those walls caused loss of sight of the vision that they and we today should have, that we humans are created for relationship and partnership. Those walls make us think that we can get by on our own without God or without others. The Christmas message, which also includes the offer of goodwill to all people, is therein a message about partnership, including the restoration of our human partnership with God. So what if this Christmas the countries of the United Nations markedly improved their partnerships? What if all unvaccinated folks who think that their choice ends with them understood that to beat a pandemic, we all must partner together in receiving available vaccines? One more thought this Monday morning before Christmas. Prejudice is not something we tolerate. It is something we terminate. Now, peace always addresses the termination of prejudice. Prejudice produces supremacy, and supremacy produces atrocities, and atrocities evaporate peace. Prejudice is an emotional problem manifesting itself in hostility, whether patently or passive-aggressively. Prejudice is also an exclusivity problem, which shuts out some from their proper place in the world, their proper place in partnership, their proper piece of the pie. Peace affirms partnerships, removes exclusivity, and brings everyone around the table of friendship, welcome, integration, and justice. So for Christmas this year, let's all grab hold of peace and become conduits through which it flows to others. Merry Christmas. I am Michael Friday, and your week just got better. Your year perhaps has got better. I'm taking a break, so I'll see you again on January 10th, 2022. If you get lonely, visit my channel and binge watch my 69 other episodes. Happy Monday, all the way to Friday.